Hello Cratonians. In this video we will cover the disassembly and reassembly of your crate OTF. First, intentionally put your knife in the limp mode. For reference, check out our video on the limp mode feature of your knife. Utilizing a pair of pliers padded with tape or cloth, remove the glass breaker from the end of your knife. Next, using the included disassembly tool, remove all 6 screws from the face of the scale and remove the scale. Remove the thumb switch from the side of the knife. Take the spring bed out of the body of the knife and carefully remove the spring from the spring bed. Remove the retention lug from the knife blade. Release the gates and carefully slide the blade out of the knife body. After removing the contents from the body of the knife, you will find all the parts you see here. Be sure the locking gates are still installed in the body of the knife. They move freely and spring back into position, and that they are free from dust and debris. They're small and easily lost, so be sure not to remove the locking gates unless absolutely necessary. To put your knife back together, start by inserting the blade so that the crate logo is facing upwards, bypassing the first locking gate by pressing it to the outside of the knife body with your finger. Replace the blade retention stud at the base of the blade. Now, assemble the spring bed. Ensure that the larger L-shaped fastener attaches at the bottom of the spring bed furthest from the thumb switch, and the smaller L-shaped fastener attaches at the top. Stretch the spring over the side of the spring bed with the channel that is cut out for the spring, with the longer hook on the end furthest away from the thumb switch connector. The knife cannot be reassembled if the spring hooks are not positioned correctly on the spring bed, and may result in the spring jumping off of the spring bed. Reinstall the spring bed with the spring hooks down and the thumb switch connector facing out to the thumb switch slot of the body of the knife. Check to make sure the spring bed moves between the gates, activating the gates as it moves across. Install the thumb switch into the thumb switch slot and hold it in place as you put the scale back on. Be sure that the thumb switch is seated correctly into the connector on the spring bed. Reset the blade and test the knife while tightly holding the scale and knife body together before you put all the screws back in. Reinstall your glass breaker and pocket clip using only your fingers to make sure you don't over-tighten the glass breaker, as the hardened steel of the glass breaker can easily damage the threads of the aluminum alloy knife body. And you're done. Be sure to check out our other videos covering unboxing and the limp mode feature of your knife.